Good morning, YouTube. I'm Vaughn, and today is way too fucking early. But we're around that time of the month where Yugitubers use their powers to see into the future on which cards are going to be banned in the upcoming October 1st ban list. Instead of using that power on something useful like trying to win the lottery, so we're going to be doing the same. I want to take a deep look into my crystal balls to see which cards are not going to get banned. Yes, we are going to be doing the complete opposite since there has been a lot of debate on what cards should be hit and what cards cannot be hit. Especially, there is a lot of cards that people are speculating that makes no sense for Konami to even hit. So starting with the actually top meta decks with Drytron in the lead, there is a lot of debate on what should actually be hit in Drytrons. In reality, none of the cards are going to get hit, because the only card that actually makes sense to get hit is probably Herald of the Orange Light. And the reason for it is because Drytrons is very easy to stop their combos. The only thing that makes it difficulty is this little bitch. But Konami is definitely not going to ban Herald of the Orange Light, and especially if they have upcoming sets and a new art style for Ancients that's coming out that supports more fairies. So we could take that completely out of the equation. But then if we look at other decks like Virtual World or Tribe Brigade, they already got hit. And also, even though these decks are really good, there's not really anything key to actually focus on actually hitting. But if we look at another deck like Prank Kits, now that has been a lot of debates. Trust me on that. So, this is good coffee. Whew. Now for Prank Kits, a lot of people are saying that maybe Meow Meow should be at 1, or Doo Doo should be restricted at 1, or ban just Prank Kits pranks so they can't really recycle anymore. Which all does not make any sense. If Konami really wanted to hit Prank Kits, the only thing that would actually make sense is actually to put Pandemonium at 1. Now the reason for it is to actually really thin out the herd. Because if they put Pandemonium at 1, that means everyone has to be a lot more resourceful with the deck. And with the top builds that people are doing nowadays, it's very unresourceful and they could just spam everything and use up as much card as possible. So that is going to cut down on the players that are capable of playing Prank Kits if they put Pandemonium at 1. Now if we're looking at other rogue cards, one of the biggest debate has been with either Dragoon or Verte Anaconda, which honestly, none of them are going to get hit. Reason for Dragoon, quite difficult to actually play. It revolves you on playing some bricks, and it doesn't really come your way 100% of the time. But also with Verte, now that's the issue. So with Verte, it's not necessarily a bad card. It's actually a very good card, but there is just so many outs to Dragoon, and the main focus for Verte in today's format is to make Dragoon. But majority of all the decks in today's meta even out Dragoon, especially even like Sky Striker, a deck that literally targets and destroys, but they can still out a Dragoon. So pretty much majority of the decks could easily out this card, but a lot of players are having trouble with it, and that's why they consider it of hitting Verte, which makes no sense. It's either that the build isn't like prepared for Dragoon, which is no one's fault, just that specific build, or they're just misplaying and they're not outing that Dragoon. So there is a lot of debate on that, but I don't see Konami banning either of these cards because it's not necessary at all. Now, if we look at other cards of coming off the ban list, now, what should be off the ban list completely or even semi-limited is actually Cold by the Grave. Now, since we still didn't get that Nobleman Designator, they should actually put Cold by the Grave back to due, because it's been over like a year or more and we still didn't get that card. Come on, Konami. Just give us back the Cold by the Grave in the meantime, at least. And while they're at it, another card that they're definitely not going to ban is going to be Maxi, because Maxi is already banned and you cannot ban cards that are already banned. Makes sense to me. And that's pretty much my Banlist predictions of October. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. And if you didn't, okay. And if you want a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review on this channel, you can follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and it was way too fucking early for this.